I finally somehow pulled out of Alamosa. That city wanted to take me down.
Now, anybody that knows Southern folks knows they love telling stories. So if you'll travel with me tonight, I'd like to take you out into the San Luis Valley of the Colorado Territory, United States of America. And if you were to go there to Costilla County, you'll find the San Luis Valley. Perhaps you've actually heard of it before because it was made quite popular in the 1960s for alien abduction of people and animals, cows. And so that's where the whole thing started. If you've ever heard of that, that's where it started. And so, me and my figuring, I found out that a man could take $500 and buy a lot of land. Not a lot, but a lot. About the size of two basketball courts. And you will be a landowner and a resident of that county and have the right to build a structure on that county. Now, my idea was, here's what I'll do. I'll just go and buy acre of land for $700, and then I'll go in there and I'll walk into the commissioner's meeting and I'll throw my weight around and say, I'm one of these landowners out here. I got an RV parked out here, and try to claim full rights. Well, unfortunately for me and my plan, and some other folks that's, let's just say it was my idea, apparently, because other people were ahead of me doing this. They've actually took the plunge. Now they're out there, and they did that. They actually did that. They bought a couple acres of land for $2,000, $5,000 and threw an RV on it. Now, as you might imagine, when folks are coming from the Pacific Northwest, from Alabama, wherever they're coming from, the people that's been there since the cowboy days, the families that own the county, really, it's all cousins and married in with each other, and the New Mexicans that's been living there for millennia, they're not really too spry on the idea. And why? Well, some of the folks are not that bad of folks. They're trying to get a little solar panel and grow potatoes and, make their own clothes and some soap. And they're not really trying to bother nobody. They're not breaking any constitutional rights. But that doesn't make anybody in the local government happy, especially when they're, it's already one of the poorest counties in America, and then you've got an influx of new people. So this is a big conflict now. So a lot of people are there's like a modern day, if you will, war, a land war, if you will, over property rights. Something similar, but not like the days of yore when it was the old land baron running his cattle and trying to get the land claimers or squatters off of his land. However, these people are not really squatters because they have permission to use this land. They own this 1 acre or 5 acre of land. So the way it's played out is now this Costilla County has come back and they've said, well, God, we need to close some of these loopholes, So we need to enforce some of this a little bit better because not all the people that came there has been so nice. Some of the people are dumping stuff. Hell, they set up a meth lab or something. They're not really nice people at all. If you've ever seen Breaking Bad, where they're in an RV and they make meth, some of the folks are not nice at all. And then their kids are going to school. They hadn't had a bath in a few days. It's draining and straining the hell out of this poor ass county. And it's owned by a few families and the New Mexicans that's been there in Costilla County, Colorado, United States for millennia. So it's a very interesting situation. Now it's going to the board, and the board is out there trying to, get more manpower for their policing department and the people in the community. Oh, you're straining us and you're dumping and you're ruining what we've had. You're Now they're locking the water up because you're here, and now we gotta go clean up your mess. Not all of them though, but see, when you're outsider and the other outsiders are doing bad, now you're lumped in with them. So now it's a hostile ass environment. So I have to say a few things. So first of all, in the commission meeting, the people of the commission were talking to a software engineer about purchasing his product. That they've been strained so hard with their deputies that they could come up with this new system, new computer system they put in their cars or whatever. And okay. And then it's gonna, you know, take a picture of your license plate and it knows, it sees your license plate. Oh, that's what's his knuckles from, know everything about you. It seems like that in that commission meeting where they're talking about the land use and all the people were gathered and trying to fight for their legitimate rights, that they do own the land, that they're telling you kind of what they're planning on doing because it's an open public meeting. They're planning on getting that software, and they're planning on putting your name up in that software, and they're planning on eventually getting rid of the people who are the modern day settlers of the San Luis Valley. And if that's by force, that's probably what they're going to use. So, what would be a solution for the people that do actually own land? You actually own land there. And what could you do? Well, I think first of all, the people are going to have to integrate themselves into that community a little bit harder than they are. And I know that's probably going against their grain because that's not probably why they came there. A lot of the people came there, I want to get this RV, I want to put it on my land, I want to buy this land, I'm going to get a solar panel, and grow some potatoes, and be left alone. Maybe they might have a marijuana tree in the backyard, I don't know. But that's not really how it's going to work. They're going to have to integrate themselves more into that community. They're going to have to come up with some solution as far as community water, community sewage from the RVs, as far as trash disposal. It's kind of a logistical nightmare. So, especially for such a poor county. So, that really is one of the only solutions, is for the people to, despite them, why they came there, is to be more part of that community and not be so, I came here to be left alone. Because that's not what the people that go to that little church down the road from where you're at, or the New Mexicans that's been there for millennia, or the rancher, or the potato farmer man with thousands of acres wants to hear. He wants to hear, I came here to be part of this community and not be some sort of, standoffish person, whatever, living off the grid. They don't want to hear that. So, I could say you could keep the paradigm of, yeah, we're going to live off the grid. Yeah, we're going to live in RV. Yeah, we're going to have solar panels. But the solution has to come from the water, the waste, and the trash, and how you could generate more money for that community or be more part of that community. As far as the people of that community, what I would say to them is, I do understand where you come from. You know, you feel like maybe you've been invaded or something like this, or, these people are in some way kind of ruining what you had going there. But in those people's defense, they really didn't, probably most of those people didn't come for a nefarious reason. They did not come for a nefarious reason. So I would say use some compassion for those people.